no chill, Gil, man. This situation, well, I think it has a lot of people, including, Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club. He's like, I just don't see, I don't, like, we've been shooting dice in our house for, so it's that whole thing where we've been doing this shit. But I don't know if we've been doing this shit. And this is a federal, we've been doing shit, rolling a little dice and spades and all type of other shit, playing for money and, who could throw the hat and land on the dot type shit for money, anything, shot for shot, money, all type of shit. That is completely legal. And there's a difference though, even in California where this happened, and that's, it's a fair thing. You got a video up here, so.
Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 1. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Arenas is expected to make his first appearance in a federal courtroom this afternoon.
KTLA 5's Jennifer McGraw live now outside that courtroom in downtown LA with more on this breaking story. Jennifer.
Yeah, Glenn and Lou, this is big news, especially for sports fans who adore him. Take a look. This happened back allegedly in 2021 to 2022 that he was allegedly working this illegal poker game. He and 5 others have been indicted, alleging that the suspects operated an illegal gambling business. Now, this illegal gambling business went and spanned over for about a year. Gilbert Arenas, known as Agent Zero, well known for his career with the Wizards and current podcast, he and 5 others have been indicted for allegedly that the suspects operated the illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played at an Encino mansion Arenas owned. He is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. During this time, investigators say Arenas rented out an Encino mansion he owned for the purposes of hosting that high-stakes poker. At Arenas' direction, Arthur Katz, 51, of West Hollywood, staged the mansion to host the games and collected rent from the co-conspirators on Arenas' behalf. Here's a look at all the defendants listed on the indictment. It is alleged that the defendants' Pot Limbo Omaha poker games, among other illegal games, were played at the Encino mansion, collected a rake fee for the house charged from each pot, either as a percentage or as a fixed amount per hand, and invited players to compete.
That's number 1.
Which is illegal.
Can't
now,
do
if
that.
These defendants that have been listed in this indictment are charged, this means that they could spend up to 5 years in prison for each count.
Look at these names, bro. This is like some mob shit, bro.
Well, they said one of them had ties to Israelites, some Israel, some mob organization. One of these had, but yeah, that. I hate to say it, the money looked like list. The list looked like money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's no telling how this information got out, but by looking at those names, those guys probably do all kind of other shit. And just maybe, one of them got in trouble for something and said, well, you know what? I got some information for you to lighten the load. I don't know, but it's gambling going on every day around the world. And for you to get caught in your private mansion, somebody said something.
I guess Gil saying he was providing a space, even that is a crime. But the one thing she did point out in there, in which we're going to kind of dive into what exactly illegal gambling is and what isn't, because it is not not illegal to gamble in certain circumstances. My whole brain is reversed, if y'all can't tell. I'm saying shit backwards. It's not yeah, it's not illegal to gamble in certain situations that aren't in casinos, but the form and fashion that they were doing it is considered illegal gambling. This is a federal crime. Again, but so illegal gambling business, quote unquote, illegal gambling business, that's going to be the term you hear with this situation, means a gambling business which involves 5 or more persons who conduct, finance, manage, supervise, direct, or own all or part of such business. Has been Also, it has been or remains in substantially continuous operation for a period in excess of 30 days. This was back in the thing is, I thought it was a broader time. They said, what was it? 2021 to 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. To 2022 or 2023, something about 2 years, a year and a half or something, she said, right?
Yeah, I think it was 2021 to 2022, I believe, or it could have been 23. I can't remember, but
Right.
you're in the right time frame. So this has been going on for a while.
And all they needed for this charge was an excess of 30 days. So they definitely got that. And then it says for it to be considered illegal gambling, it has to have a gross revenue of $2,000 in a single day.
Which, of course,
illegal.
we know that happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell, I'm pretty sure Gil done shot basketballs with other players, 3-pointers, 1-for-1, 1,000 apiece. He just, this is Gil. Like, the thing about it, you know, you watch Gil's Arena sometime. I watched it. I feel like it's one of the better sports shows just because I like the debate aspect, and they do actually kind of break some things down at times. It was more or less Stephen A. Smith and 3 other Stephen A. Smiths on the panel, but yeah, it's like this is the culture. There's gambling that happens in all facets of the NBA life. You know, it could be golf. It could be, you heard stories about Charles Barkley and Jordan and Charles Oakley. He done told stories. So this is definitely it's not out of the normal, and it's not that crazy for a person in the culture of what Gil has came up in. I just want to say that.
I think it all boils down to if you're gonna gamble and you're gonna do these type of numbers, we won't end. You sell a Nick bag in a goddamn park, I won't end. That's the government,
Right.
It's the government. Yeah. That's why they made weed legal, because they found a way to tax that shit, bro. We won't end. You even walk away from this man mansion with $200,000. I'm just saying, making up a number, and you ain't pay a fucking tax on that shit. Nah, bro.
Yeah, pimping the horn.
Get away like that.
The best thing going as well, I would add into that bag. Pimping the horn, I would add along with it. Y'all will let the Bunny Ranch exist to the day it crumbles. But anyway, we're going to get off that.
He synced up with serious mafia alliances. The feds are always watching. You big dummy. When are people going to accept this reality? Money blinds a lot of things that you in your head you know better than to do.
Right.
When you start seeing dollar signs, you're like, man, I'm gonna take that risk.
Yeah.
Yep. Is the risk worth it? In my opinion. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what the outcome is, because he swear he ain't do shit wrong. That's what he said.
Yeah. Says illegal gambling business are characterized by their profit motive and organized structure of it, unlike casual social gambling amongst friends. So that you can gamble amongst your friends. That's not illegal. It's illegal when illegal poker games where the house takes a rake or a charge for entry fee, and that's what she talked about in there. Managing or using unlicensed platforms. Okay, that wasn't part of it. Charitable donation says, in certain circumstances, gambling is legal. Far as charitable organizations, charitable organizations can run games like bingo, raffles, poker to raise money for their charitable functions. And also, just a little tidbit, casinos on tribal lands do not apply to the gaming institutions run by natives on tribal lands. Them natives, man. Anyway,
so they can gamble and not be bothered.
Well, it seems to be less. It says PC 330 does not apply to gaming institutions run by Native Americans on tribal land. And PP 330 is the federal. I was basically reading from the letter of the law when it comes to illegal gambling. Is basically what I was reading.
Just talk about it real quick. freedom is not something I want to gamble with. Motherfuckers do that shit every goddamn day. Drug dealers,
Yeah.
scammers. Some people feel like it's worth the risk because if I can just get away, you ain't gonna stop. You ain't gonna stop. You ain't gonna know how to fucking stop. That be the problem. You make a fresh ass lick, quick, nigga. Make that money flip.
Yeah.
But they can't do that. They can't do that.
Yeah,
And that's how they get fucking caught.
As far as Gil, I guess in conclusion, what do you think? They said 5 years. 5 years is about the limit or the cap on a crime like this. What's you thinking?
For each charge, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, they named about 3 of them, maybe 3 or 4. If he is convicted, I don't think they're gonna max out each charge, but he just sounds too confident that y'all ain't got nothing. I ain't do nothing. So I just don't feel like the Fed's gonna come for you if they ain't got the evidence. But we done seen that happen before. We just seen that happen. So who knows? I don't think he's gonna do no time. I don't think he's gonna do no time.
Yeah, it almost, and you saying that, people might be like, he's not gonna get no time, but the way when you see the name on those lists, it's almost like they're trying to, like, there's something bigger at play here. And like how you mentioned before, and you hear people say all the time when it comes to Al Capone got a tax charge. And we're talking about Israeli mobs and all of this shit. Like, maybe some of these characters who are intermingled in this, they got some shit on them, but they ain't get enough. They couldn't get them on these certain charges, but we got old Gil over here doing business with them and doing illegal gambling. Let's get them on this, since we can't get them on the other shit. Because, we didn't see one Tyrone on that list. I'm just... it might have been a cut. I seen one. Most of the list they were about 49, from 49 to, I think the lowest was 27 that I seen. But most of them were in their 40s, and most of them were not, foundational Black Americans, if I can use that term without getting. You said what?
I would want to get in bed with them guys, man. Like, he had to meet them dudes somewhere. It could have been at a casino somewhere. I don't know. They be trying to wash their money or some shit. But
that's the way to do it.
When you fucking are now connecting yourself with mob or mafia ties, like, dude, they don't fucking play, bro.